Nervous as hell. Welcome everybody to Inside Area 51. I'm so excited to finally unveil this. This has been a work in progress for some time now. And I'm joined now with hosts from each of our podcasts on the network. We've got Matt and Riley from Hawk's Nest. We've got Josh from Avid Discussers, Hassan from Cap Space Wins Cups, and Malcolm from Point Shot. How's everybody doing today?
Pretty good. It's a beautiful Sunday. Well, it's been a weird Sunday, but it's beautiful because we're all on video together.
It was a weird Sunday, definitely for sure. The weather here was crazy.
Was it? It was beautiful here. Yeah.
It was hailing earlier. I was out on the golf course, so not great, but happy to be on with you boys right now. So.
Yeah. No, I've been really looking forward to being able to do this and be able to highlight some of the stuff that we're working on here at Area 51. And then, of course, individually, each podcast as well, doing lots of things. We've got lots of people on live with us, which is great. I just want to let everybody know that we are simultaneously broadcasting this live on Facebook, on our Facebook page, as well as Twitter, of course, and YouTube. So by all means, jump on, follow along with us on any of those platforms. And we do see your comments. We can add your comments as well here. As we go. We just lost Josh, but
wouldn't be the first episode if there wasn't some sort of technical glitch, right?
Yeah. So we could show comments here as well. So we've got some love for our intro, which is fantastic, and obviously some concern as well as where Josh has gone to.
He has been sucked up into the mothership already.
Yeah, that was
first one casualty already.
I think Josh got fired by Bell Media there. Just kicked off in the middle of the
show. Yeah, where's Green Day when you need them?
Yeah, should have played him out.
Yeah, I know he's working on coming back here. I could see him figuring it out here. So, yeah, I'm very excited to showcase this project here, and then be able to highlight some of the many things that we've got going on. Obviously, we've got our website that we continuously add new features on all the time. One quick thing that I did want to walk through with everybody, maybe here just at the outset, I did say that we were broadcasting simultaneously on 3 different platforms. If you're having trouble finding us on those platforms, we can do a very quick walkthrough on how you can find us out there. So if you go to our Area 51 Sports Network website. That's www.area51sportsnetwork.com. We've got the heading right here for video. If you go into that, you will see links for YouTube, for Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch, which we can also broadcast to. I'm just not broadcasting it right this moment on there. So by all means, feel free to follow along on there, and we'd be happy to see your comments and interact with you guys there as well. We'll be doing an Ask Area 51 segment later. So if you do have any questions that you want us to get to later on, or anything that you want to ask a specific person that is on the broadcast here, just write who you're asking the question to, and we'll be happy to showcase that and answer that there. And we've got Josh back.
Oh, we're back. Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Josh.
Yeah, I don't know. My internet's so bad. It was fine earlier.
Oh, good.
Goddamn internet can't get a scrap anymore, eh?
So, let's jump into it, because I know we've got constant content coming out. We've got weekly episodes from 4 different podcasts that are constantly hitting the site. We've also got Maxime Fossey that has been doing an awesome job doing write-ups for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC as they go through their training camp right now, and doing articles there. So let's jump in. Malcolm, you and we just did another point shot episode. We had Dominic Lucian. I nailed it.
You think you nailed it, but of course you never know. Like, it's the subtlest little things. I thought, again, I watched the broadcast that they used some of his stats, and they said Lucian. And I went, oh, sweet. I know that one already. And they even talked about the pronunciation of it. And the guy's like, oh, that's how you pronounce that? Oh, yeah, that's how you pronounce it. So I went, done. And, of course, say it a couple times like a big, dumb idiot. And then, of course, you have to ask him at the end, oh, so how it is that, nothing close to what you were saying? Sweet. So,
when you gave your pronunciation, how you think it sounds. And then he's like, all right, Sean, you guess. And I'm like, I don't know. That was my guess. I have no other guess.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of just make up a new pronunciation off the top of my head for how to pronounce his name. Yeah, which, you know what?
But it was fun. Obviously, we literally did it. It was funny because, of course, you schedule these things, a week in advance. And then, of course, the day before we get it, the announcement that Benning's presser is going to be at the exact same time, at least as the Rintoul show. But, of course, those reports came out, and I'm like, what time is it? It's the same time. So I, was panicking, going of course. It's like, what's going on? But anyways.
Of course it is.
So as soon as he finishes the presser, it literally 4 minutes later, we're hitting record. And also right at 10:30, I have a power outage. So I'm just scrambling. I'm just fried. Of just hearing the stupid fucking things that Benning was saying, and now I'm like, all right, I got to switch gears. Don't have any of my notes. Let's do this. And anyways, so anyway, I think it went pretty well. I think it's interesting to hear what he went into all those models and some of his thoughts. And again, obviously, he had fun bashing our team. So again, it was a good episode, a nice shorter one, which is nice sometimes. Also did a great one with J-Pat the week before. Always a good opportunity to get to talk to the man himself like that. So, again, we're doing some of the betting things and things like that too. Getting used to Betway still a little bit, as well as Monkey Knife Fight. Definitely a bit of a learning curve and not getting, getting to play the early cash outs like I was used to on 365.
Monkey Knife Fight's been really cool. That's quite the platform.
And it's especially, and I know I've been plugging this, but if you're kind of new to sports betting, and you kind of go into some of the other sites and you see all the big numbers and everything like that, and you're like, I have absolutely no idea what I'm betting on. This does a real easy job. To me, my first advice about betting is know what you're betting on. If you don't fully understand the bet, then don't make it. So again, this is a great way to kind of simplify. It's this guy or that guy, more or less than this stat. So again, a great way to kind of get an intro to sports betting.
Absolutely.
And of course, if you use our site, you get your first, or if you use our link, you get your first $50 match. So Be like $53.
Well, down in the corner here, we've got the promo code put up there. So if you do go on to Monkey Knife Fight and use the promo code Area 51, like Malcolm was saying, you get your first, you get a full instant match for your first up to $50 deposited. So definitely take advantage of that. That's free money. We're all about handing out free money here at Area 51.
$50 closer to a boat.
That's right. That's right. Operation Boat is in full effect. Awesome. So I know like we talked a little bit with Dom about his projection models and where, you know, at the beginning of the season, he saw the Canucks being near the bottom of the division. Lo and behold, he was right. And that's unfortunate for us as we end up having to watch that. But they have been playing a little bit better lately. Nice to get a couple of wins. Yeah, we're going to the playoffs against the Leafs. And that's a good start. I mean, it's a big mountain to climb. But every little bit helps. Right?
Well, again, even in the darkest of the team tank days, you always still wanted to beat the Leafs. So,
always.
Always.
No matter what, you take those wins because it's even, you know, no matter what, you want to beat the Leafs. So that's totally cool. But, you know, just hilarious how, you know, our fans, they just want it so bad. It's just kind of sad. You know, like, oh, we won 2 games. We've improved our playoff chances from 3 to 6%. Like, here we go. It's, you know, guys, we should
Malcolm,
absolutely still be selling.
Hey,
Yeah.
last 2 games, Austin Matthews, 0 goals. Jake Virtanen's got 2. Yeah, just saying. That, you know, there's a deal being made.
boys.
There's a deal being made. There's a deal being made.
And the same thing. You know, Jake Virtanen was out everyone's
Benning
door.
knew all along. Benning knew all along.
And 2
40
goals.
chest, baby.
Top 6 Jake.
He only needs 7 years. It's just 7 years. It's power forward, Malcolm. You know, he's 7 years now. He's turning the corner now. All right, three goals this season. Or next stop 30. Just book it right now.
Yeah. Jesus.
Well, let's shift gears a little bit. I know. Let's jump to Hassan at Capspace Wins Cops. Tell us a little bit about what's happening there. Your latest episode.
Well, we're actually about to record. As soon as we hop off this, we're gonna record our episode for this week, and it'll be out tomorrow for all you fine people to enjoy. We drop our episodes every Monday. We were working on getting Wyatt Arndt from the Army, from the Athletic. He writes the Armies. We've had some scheduling issues, but sometime next week we should have him on. So probably not this week, but next week's episode. Hopefully have Wyatt on. I've been harassing him on Twitter, and he's assured me he will come on eventually. Yeah, we've always got a lot of content coming for this week's episode. We're going to break down the Benning presser in very great detail. We've got kind of a little fun segment to go with that. I don't want to spoil it. I think it'll be kind of more fun if everybody hears it live, but I know a lot of all of us on our pod have some very strong thoughts of what's going on. And we're actually having Daniel Auld, who is the host of a smaller Canucks podcast called Pucks and Nucks, come on. He's got kind of diametrically opposed views to us as to what direction the Canucks are headed and where they should go. So I think this episode might be due for some fireworks. But I'm always happy to have a friendly debate about the state of the Canucks with a fellow fan and content creators. So yeah, we're pretty pumped up to have that going on. And and then we're like you said, Sean, we're going to shift our secondary focus on our podcast to some Formula One. So we're going to have a little bit of F1 talk going on. If you don't know too much about it, Netflix, Drive to Survive, season 1 and 2 are already there. Check it out. Even if you don't know anything about race cars, it's a great show. And season 3 is out on March 19th. So it's a great way to get your foot in the door. But there's the season's kind of just about to start for that. So some news is picking up. So we might touch on that, but it'll be Canucks heavy this week for sure with the series against the Leafs and our beloved Jim Benning putting his foot in his mouth at the podium. So we've got a lot to get into regarding that.
Oh yeah, lots of content there. I'm excited to jump into Formula One through you guys. I'm excited to learn a little bit more. I know basically nothing about Formula One. Like I might be able to name you a driver, right? So I'm really excited to kind of learn more about that and follow along. Starting with Netflix, I gotta jump in on that and get some background intel before I jump in with you guys on learning some of that.
There you go.
And then Oh, we got Brad. Is Riley a Seahawks fan?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Doesn't seem like
Yeah,
it.
I'm not sure.
Rep the
Hard to
brand.
tell from the den there. Awesome. So let's pivot a little bit more. We got a co-host that doesn't know much about F1, but that's okay. Hussein, you and me, we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn some. Perfect. So let's pivot into Josh with Avid Discussers. So like you've got you just did an episode with Louis, who's with Fansided. A great episode, by the way. Was there something that you kind of wanted to touch on or go over, share there?
Yeah, we had Louise on the pod a couple days ago. I asked him about what's it like living and growing up in New York City. I think he is the first or second guest, maybe third, that isn't like in the Vancouver area, which was pretty cool. And oh yeah, thanks, Brad. He also talked about like New Yorkers, they aren't really that rude as you think. They're actually quite nice. But we talked about some NHL. He likes all New York teams, which is very surprising. Like we talked about the Rangers,
Like
the Islanders.
The Rangers,
Devils.
Islanders.
And we mostly talked about his main passion, esports. And he explained to me like why is it considered a sport, why it's so big, why you should get into this. And yeah, check it out if you haven't already. So this week, I'll just say it now. I'm working on having Daniel Wagner of Pass It to Bulis to talk some Canucks, but he's trying to figure out a time in his schedule this week, but he is willing to come on. So stay tuned for that announcement.
Awesome. I know he asked my favorite question out of that Benning presser. Just no bars held, nothing. He just went right for the throat with Benning, and Benning dodged the question in predictable fashion, but it was excellent to have the question asked. So that'd be a great one to have on. So let's switch over. Hawks Nest, Matt, Riley, what are you guys working on? You guys just put out part 2 a bit ago last week of your 2-part podcast show there. What's next? What's happening here?
Matt, you want to take that one?
Well, yeah, we just wrapped that up and got that out there. We recorded a new episode last night, and I'm putting the finishing touches on it today. So we're gonna have that drop Tuesday. That's gonna be an interesting one. We really get into Russell Wilson and the fiasco that is this offseason. It is crazy out there. The rumor mills are nuts. Excuse me. We're expecting a pretty exciting free agency week coming up here. A lot of big names going to be moving around. It's going to be an exciting offseason this year. It's not typical in the NFL. We don't usually get crazy moves like this, but I have high expectations for an exciting couple of weeks coming up here.
There's going to be some big names dropped in the next couple of weeks, but Matt and I are continuing to work on some things that we want to push through the show. There's a new... I guess, what did we say it was, Matt? A new feature that we were going to be dropping in the next episode. Matt is extremely excited about that. He brought it to the table. It's his idea, so I'm really excited about that. We are working on a few potential guests. I have a close buddy of mine down in Florida. He coaches for the U.S. Coast Guard. He coaches for their football team. And he played Division I football with me. He was a starting quarterback for a few years at Robert Morris. So we're going to have him on, talk some quarterbacks. He also runs a QB school down in Florida as well. So he's got a lot of good stuff that he's going to come on and talk about Russell Wilson and how maybe Russell is to blame partially for the Seahawks offensive struggles. So
Wow.
We got to talk about it. We got to leave it all on the. We can't talk about the same 4 things every time.
They're turning on already.
He's going to get traded. We got to throw something in there that's fun. Come on.
Well, and I know you guys are big Russ supporters. I am too. Like I've got my Russ jersey. I'll pull it out next inside Area 51 here, but it's tough, right?
Matt
like what do we do?
Back in the Matt and I when that whole thing played out when the Seattle Seahawks. Matt and I were actually majorly into the draft at the time, so I was actually following. And when they drafted Russell Wilson, it was like, dude, that's the guy we're gonna watch for the next like 10, 15 years. And we had just signed Matt Flynn. Like the Seahawks were doing things in the offseason, and finally Pete Carroll and John Schneider were like just making things happen. You know, they set records in the first couple of years. They made like 176 roster moves or 200 and something roster moves in the first few years. It was wild those first few years. And then Russell Wilson settles in, the offense kind of settles in. And then we watch the preseason games and he lights it up. And I'm like, I'm sold. Play him. Like I don't care about Matt Flynn and how much money we just paid him. I have no idea about cap space or anything, but at least I know Russell Wilson is exciting. And he was like, he just made us feel like we had a chance to win. And now here we are 10 years later talking about trading the guy that like changed our entire culture and, you know, was a part of this organization for so long and have made so many great memories for a lot of us on Sundays. And, you know, a lot of our years have been shaved off due to this guy playing quarterback for the past 10 years. So why are we trying to trade him? So a lot of it we'll recap over the next couple of weeks. So
I'm excited for that. I'm excited to kind of see the pros and cons to keeping or trading Russell Wilson. That's going to be huge to follow. I know, I mean, Canucks aren't in too far of a different situation right now. I mean, we obviously don't have an elite caliber player wanting or potentially wanting
okay,
out.
well, let's hold on. Elite caliber
make sure we
players
frame that
not
right.
being utilized correctly. Wow, where have we seen that before?
No idea. But we'll trim this segment short here. We'll jump into some Ask Area 51. We've got a few guys still follow along here live. Ask us questions. We'd be happy to answer those. But we're going to take a very short break here. We'll be back in a bit.
Now a word from our...
I whack in the shower. Easy cleanup.
I whack while I drive. I whack anywhere, anytime.
I whack with the Manscaped Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer.
It has skin-safe technology that helps reduce nicks and snags.
It's waterproof. Easy cleanup.
And a 9,000 RPM motor powered by a lithium-ion rechargeable battery, so you can get a good whack in anywhere.
Head over to manscaped.com and get free shipping when you order the Weed Whacker today.
You guys ever want
I love that, Ed.
trim your nose hair while driving the car? You guys, come on.
Just not in the car.
I need one of
In
those.
the
It's
car?
life-changing stuff. Yeah, it's life-changing
Yeah.
stuff. Guys,
Believe
you guys
it.
all the
Just for
time,
the
yeah.
thrill?
I don't know.
It's about
what, you know, maybe.
efficiency.
Yeah,
It's about
exactly.
efficiency. Yeah, you got to
Matt's
manage your
Matt's
time
got it
well.
better.
I
think
like
Matt's
it.
got
He likes to live
Yeah.
life dangerously.
Yeah. Not
I
the
know-
Manscaped ones, man. Those things that you heard it, they're protecting you. You're good to go in the car.
Hey, Josh in the
No,
comments.
yeah.
here.
If you use the Manscaped
Yeah.
trimmer while driving, I'll give you props for that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The nose, yeah, fair enough. That is easy mode. But if you use the other one, that's impressive.
If you use the other
I'd
one.
suggest using a convertible.
You're gonna have to miss me on that one. I'll stick to the nose trimmers.
Awesome.
Nose trimmer, you can definitely do that on the road. But the other one completely out of the question. I don't understand. I feel like both are bathroom activities, but maybe that's
Fair
just me.
enough.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a question here first. We'll jump into some Ask Area 51. We've got Joshua Griffith here first. Obviously, Josh wrote a great article about us for the Unnamed Sports Show.
Oh
I
my
really loved
God.
that.
It was
Joshua
really
Griffith.
not very familiar.
He's
Yeah.
a Rams fan. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, the Ra-
So I think I know who this question is directed towards. A Rams fan chirping
They're
our
not going to
Seahawks
lose at
guys.
all. They're not going to lose to the Rams at all. You watch.
Oh,
I mean, they don't.
Okay,
they don't
so-
play. They never play the Rams well, and they
No.
They got a
certainly don't play them
quarterback,
well
though.
when they're in LA. So
No, probably 1-1 again.
Yeah.
I would say
I agree.
Like,
Home field
we-
advantage.
Seattle can't go down. Every time they go down to LA, they lose. They put on gray pants and they put on blue jerseys because the LA wants to wear white. They always do this,
Yep.
and then they run us out of town. And it's so
The
I think
He
jersey,
can't play in
damn
LA.
it.
Pete
Are you
Carroll
getting the
can't play in
jersey?
LA. He can't go back to LA and play. I don't get it.
We know cursed jerseys all too well here in Vancouver.
That's okay.
So
We're gonna get some retro jerseys coming in the NFL this year. Big
Oh
things
my
happening
God,
those
there.
I
Really?
really hope that
Multiple
goes through.
helmets.
I
Those
want
look
that to go
sick.
through.
I hope so. And then we've got a friend of the show here. We got Lucas. I guess this one's directed towards me. Vancouver Warriors oriented show. Yes, this guy right here. So
This way. There
we've
you go.
got,
That way.
other way. Yeah,
I got
It's
it.
in
Yeah,
the
I got a
mirror.
mirror. I
Unfortunate.
forgot
It's
a
a
mirror.
mirror.
So
Yeah,
We're learning.
Josh,
We're learning.
It's a mirror.
Josh
I'll
is,
I'll get it down.
going to be our guy for that. So I know he's got some exciting things planned for the future for some Vancouver Warriors coverage. So
Yeah,
excited
especially
to
when the
do
season
that.
begins again in the fall. I'll definitely have more Warriors coverage.
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited for that. One thing that I've always wanted to do is go to a Vancouver Warriors game. I have not gone to a live lacrosse game, but I've heard nothing but the greatest things about that experience. So I'm very excited to go and experience that. So we've got our man here. You are GM of the Canucks. What is the first move you make? Let's kind of work
Can I
our
take
way
that one?
around. Yeah, go ahead.
The very first thing I do would be start trying to exploit one of these teams ahead of the expansion draft and try to pick up another, ideally, obviously, right-handed defenseman because we don't have enough for our protected slots. Obviously, there's a long list, and clearing house of some other people is probably pretty close to that top. But to me, again, due to just kind of priorities and the timing of it, I try to again get ahead of that and try to, of course, try to steal Jake Bean or something like that from Carolina.
I'm so happy that I brought you over to the Jake Bean wagon. And now he's playing in Carolina with the big club, and he's doing awesome. I don't know if they're going to let him go now. We waited too long.
He's a lefty, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, I'm always going to screw up his name, but Pesci, who's, signed to a fairly good long-term deal, just a hair over $4 million, right-handed shot. I think he's got some good ties. So, there's something. Carolina simply cannot protect all their defensemen, and they will not be willing to let one of those go for no asset to Seattle. So they are going to have to figure something out. One of those guys is going to have to get moved. So I'd be to try to be that guy.
Well, and then you got Hayden Fleury. You've got quite a few people there that could be potentially moved to make sure that they keep like guys like Dougie Hamilton that are going to be an unrestricted free agent this summer. So how about you guys, Josh, Hassan, your GM?
for
What do you
me-
want?
That's
Yeah, Josh,
that's
you want to go ahead
tough.
first? Yeah.
Oh man, taking over this team. I guess the obvious answer would be create more cap space, but that's a tall
I
order.
feel like
but-
that's definitely stealing Hassan's.
Yeah. But like
there's a
you
deadline
get one
coming up.
move to do that, right? So
Yeah.
you've identified a goal. You get your first move. What's your first move to clear some cap space out?
Find a way to
For
get rid
Cannon?
of probably, yeah, but I probably find a way to get rid of Myers because that contract.
The pylon on skates.
Yeah,
The
You know what
pylon
my
on
favorite part of that last movie?
He's
last
literally
game
like
was?
me playing hockey. He's 6'8" on skates and absolutely useless.
Bent
And all
over
he
in
does is
half,
get
swinging in
penalties.
the defensive zone.
yeah, like,
He's a football player playing hockey. Like
Yeah, he
Send
looked
him to the
lined up
Seahawks.
like
Maybe
you
he can
too in the
protect
game last
Russ.
night.
yeah, he's playing the wrong sport.
All right. So Hassan,
Yeah. Well, I think it's easy to answer. If I was made GM tomorrow, there's a lot of bad will in the market. First thing I'd do, extend Pedersen and Hughes, man. Get these guys locked up long term and build around them. They're obviously the future. I mean, it's not like the cap space matters if you're extending the future, so you can go over like you could be theoretically over the cap for next season and then sort it out in the off season. Sutter would be gone. Hopefully, look at trade him, Pearson, Jake, a lot of stuff you could work around afterwards. But I think first thing you got to do is get Pedersen and Hughes locked up to contracts that are over 6 years, I'd say, and then get some certainty around that, and then we'd have to work from there because obviously the rest of the team is an absolute tire fire on skates right now. So let's start with a positive here. If I was GM, I'd try to build some goodwill and get two of the probably maybe in a few years regarded as two of the greatest Canucks to ever play the game locked up.
yeah,
I like that
I
a
agree
lot.
with
That's
that.
the take. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty hard to beat that move.
Yeah.
All right, we got another one here for Hawks Nest. Bigger ego, Coach P
Oh man.
Oh
or
man.
GM Jimothy?
Easy one here.
Now this is a term that I use for Jimothy Garoppolo because I don't think he's good. I don't think he's an elite quarterback. So now Brad's just spinning it.
Yeah,
For Jim Benning.
he's
So,
putting his bias in the question. I like it.
Jimothy. Bigger ego.
Is
I would
Pete
say
able to take accountability for some of his mistakes?
Pete Carroll is the bigger egomaniac. I think Jim Benning
Yeah.
is just incompetent at his
Thank
job.
you. That is perfect. He's nailed it. Riley nailed it.
How do you have this much talent on a roster and not use it? Like he's just dumb. Like he just can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not
to
gonna
put
lie,
it-
you could be talking about either of them right now. It
It became unclear.
Oh shit! Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm talking about Benning. I'm
Yeah,
talking.
fair enough.
He's just not good at his job. Pete, on the other hand, is so egotistical that he can't adapt to the game nowadays. That is, sling the pill around 35 times, and
It's not even the
that's
game,
it.
it's the weapons he has around him. Sure,
Correct.
you can play Pete Carroll football if you've got a Pete Carroll football team, but you don't have that. So let's roll with
Let's
the
play
waves.
Patty
and-
Mahomes football.
Why not? You got Russell Wilson,
Hell yeah,
DK Metcalf,
let's do it.
Tyler Lockett there. They
Yeah,
complain
Brandon
Gaudin.
about they want to, they want the offensive line to be able to run the ball, but then they can't protect Russ, and it seems like they're working backwards against themselves so often. It's like a conflicting offense. Your weapons say air it out, your offensive line says run it. It just doesn't work.
Yep.
Yeah,
that
well,
actually
I'll let-
summarizes a lot of the issues there. That's
I
great.
can pass on the rest of the question because Benning, is he an egomaniac? I don't know. Point shot can tell me.
I wish I knew, honestly. I think Weisbrod
your
is.
take is correct.
I
Yeah,
think he has
honestly,
it down.
Weisbrod is more of an egomaniac for sure.
Mhm.
But,
Jim Benning's an idiot, man.
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah.
He's just bad at his job.
Mhm.
But again, the inability to take any accountability for his mistakes and consistently trying to deflect it on either circumstances that were level across the board, like no preseason games or COVID schedule, or he just at some point during that presser he needed to say, that was on me. The easiest one to me was the Louis Erickson. Would have been easy enough to say, yeah, of course I regret that contract.
But then you
He
try to
doesn't
make
know
it
how
out
to
like
admit
everybody
he's wrong,
does that.
So yeah, he doesn't know. How
But
to, Pete and him are very similar. They should just go have a beer together and talk about how much they've screwed franchises.
Can I
In another
tell,
city. Yeah.
Can I tell a quick Jim Benning story here? I don't think I've ever told this on my pod. I think you guys are really gonna like this. So a friend of mine's dad, he's a pharmacist, and he was the early morning shift at this was a couple of years ago, I think. He was a Shoppers in downtown Vancouver, and so he was getting the store ready before in the really really early morning, and he's he's in the bathroom, and he swears he sees some homeless guy squatting in the bathroom, and he thinks he's like hiding from him. So then he goes, he sees a dude in the stall now, he's hiding there, so he thinks he's some homeless dude trying to squat in the bathroom. He starts banging on the door, and he tells him, "Hey, you hobo, get out of here." The door opens. It's fucking Jim Benning in the stall. He looks disheveled. I'm not even lying right now. The guy looks disheveled, and then my friend's dad, he's starstruck now, and he's like, "Oh my god, like you're Jim Benning, like I'm so sorry, like I didn't know it. I thought there was someone else in the store or whatever, right?" And then heard him on the phone. This was, I think, you guys remember when Clendenning got traded here? Because he heard him talking on the phone about making a trade, and then a few hours later, Clendenning came to Vancouver, and I actually knew about that trade before. And then he was like, "So this is hilarious." And then anyway, to Jimbo's credit, he was actually super nice after he got to the stall. He said he was really sorry, and that he was just on the phone and all that. And then my friend's dad said he was a really nice guy and everything. But I just want that. When you guys were talking about that, I don't think I've ever shared that story before, but that is,
You ran out of time.
You ran out of time, I guess.
You had to go.
So,
Wow, that's a wild story.
I got for you guys.
That
pretty
was
good.
amazing. That was amazing.
I got a response to Lucas's question there about an expansion team. If I am an imaginary world and I'm open to bringing a team anywhere, I'm bringing an NBA franchise back to Vancouver immediately.
I was just gonna say that. Oh,
Yeah.
That was mine.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only
Area
answer there.
51 for Vancouver Grizzlies.
yeah.
Bring the Grizzlies
Yes.
back. I want the retro unis. They're so sick. I want it coming home.
These frauds down in Memphis are wearing the Vancouver Grizzlies uniforms.
Yeah, the Vancouver
Shame on
rod
them.
and everything.
Shame on them.
You know what's the craziest part is they didn't even take Vancouver off the logo. Like they just
Yeah,
left it all on
no,
there. And they're like,
They're
we're the
like,
Vancouver
yeah.
Grizzlies now, and you're like, no, you aren't. Like,
Couldn't
give
even
us our
put
team
Memphis.
back, you.
So lack of
Oh.
respect. That's what hurts
Lack
the
of
most.
respect.
Seattle
Absolutely.
Seattle will get a team before Vancouver will get another team, though. Sorry.
Yeah.
Seattle
Well,
will
Russ is
get a
even-
team, and that's
Well,
why
that-
they're not on my
maybe
list. Vancouver,
Maybe not. Maybe
Russ
not.
was
Team
big
Russ
pushing what-
wants
Russ was
out.
pushing for the Sonics and he wants out. So
You know what though?
Silver
The
lining.
Kraken, that was a big stipulation. Was they wanted to have an NHL and an NBA franchise in that arena. So to me, it's just a matter of time. But
Yeah.
we'll see the
Seattle will
Supersonics back.
Best case, we got it one at the same time, but no way we jump Seattle.
Well, who's gonna buy the team in Vancouver, right? Like Aquilini's already cheaping out of $800K on Danny Hines trades. I don't think he's in the market to be spending.
Maybe
big dollars on
Gagliardi
the
still wants a
team.
Vancouver-based team.
when Area
Maybe.
51 blows up, we'll bring it in, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
Once we have
A51
Now we're
owned team.
talking.
Oh yeah, let's go. We'll bring the Grizz home. Support
that's
us.
right.
We're bringing the Grizz home.
That's right.
And I'm drafting Big Country again.
Who's this clown?
I don't know.
Big
who it is.
country's coming
Big
back.
Country's coming back.
Oh man.
We'll
He's a
bring
farmer
Tyler
down there.
Myers to the basketball team.
There we go.
There's a better idea than
Oh,
drafting.
yeah.
That's way better.
That's actually better.
All right, we've got Ace asking us best bagel at Tim Hortons. I'm gonna go cheese bagel. I'm a cheese bagel
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Everything.
Yeah, cheese bagel.
Jalapeno cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese.
Yes, that one.
That's the way
Jalapeno
to answer.
cheese. That's the way to go.
Jalapeno cheese, yep. Jalapeno cheese. Honorable mention to everything bagel for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything is
That's a
definitely
staple.
an option.
Yeah,
Power
it's yeah.
On your belt.
Oh, where is Andy? I mean, Andy, I'm hoping is in the live watching.
yeah. Where is he?
Andy's trapped in Victoria.
Oh, right. That's right. I knew he was going out of town.
But,
Favorite Luke Combs song?
he's catching the
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either.
Ooh,
never heard of her.
Damn. We got
Yeah. Beer Never Broke My Heart is mine
Beer-
for sure.
Oh, I would say shoot. Yeah, Beer Never Broke My Heart would probably be my favorite too.
Yeah.
Probably,
Love
yeah. Old
That's it.
Faithful.
That's
Well,
a that's a great
It's got
summer
two of the
song.
classic country cliches built into the title, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Now here we go. Ooh.
Ooh.
If we could not get the rights to the name the Grizzlies
Oh,
and the NBA franchise
Wow.
comes back,
Oh.
what would you name it?
Ooh.
that's a good question. Actually, I need to think about that one.
You know what? I dive into a little bit older. I'd go the Ravens, Vancouver Ravens. It used to be a team here in Vancouver. It wasn't basketball; it was lacrosse. But just kind of bring that back, or you go super fun and you revive the Vancouver Voodoo brand.
Yeah,
which would be a lot of
That's
fun.
roll it
That's
off.
cool.
That's what I do if that's the case. But Grizz is number one, obviously.
Yeah, the Grizzlies number one.
Getting it back would be a problem for sure.
It
But if
would
we're
be-
bringing back
I-
an old name, let's
You
go
know what
Millionaires.
You know what I would do?
Millionaires.
Let's go CFL style and just have two teams that have the same name. We'll just put like Grizz and space, and then
Yeah. We'll be
Yeah,
the
two teams-
golden
two teams in
Grizzly
the rough
Bears.
Gold.
yeah, or something like that. Just
We'll be the grizzled Grizzlies. Yeah.
Grizzlies.
Original.
Sounds like a rap group.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Oh man, I like this report that Memphis ownership might be unhappy with their market. I think-
for a while.
I've
They've
heard
been
that.
me-
happy for their market
Quite a
for a
while.
long time.
To
Yeah.
me, there's only one way that Vancouver ever gets an NBA franchise again, and it is not through expansion; it is through relocation.
Agreed.
NBA expansion
Sacramento.
is way too expensive.
Sacramento. There's
We
a
actually
chance.
look.
Wasn't Charlotte
Yeah.
rumored to be moving earlier too, right?
Not with Jordan in ownership now, and
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball's booming. So
Yeah,
their
no, I
market-
guess-
Yeah, Charlotte's
yeah,
not going nowhere.
yeah.
Do you think
They're-
the Vancouver Grizzlies would even be in Vancouver? Do you think they share the arena with the Knucks, or do they move out?
I think they share
No,
the arena.
definitely,
They share the
definitely
arena.
hockey and basketball is like they
Yeah.
kind of go hand in hand. I think that
Rogers
the
Arena is
Vancouver
just-
market for basketball is there, and I think
Mhm.
that they're not seizing the opportunity. I think the person that brings the Sonics back and the person that brings the Grizzlies back will be two people that will be heroes in both of those cities. I think.
Surrey Grizzlies.
Surrey
The
Grizzlies.
Surrey Grizzlies.
I like
Dude,
that way too
let's
much. I
go
had to say
Surrey
that.
Cougars.
Yeah, see,
Those
that's
Surrey
more-
Eagles.
That's
Where
much
are
more
they
fitting.
playing out? Are they playing in Newton Community Center there?
Jeez
We could do the
Louise.
Abbotsford shotguns.
No, that's too political.
Yeah.
That's too political.
Yeah.
People would get upset.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
guess they couldn't have the Washington Bullets anymore.
No, can't do that anymore.
True. Okay, here we go. Best Canucks jersey other than the skate, because that's obviously
Flying V's.
Oh no, the current Orca.
Current Orca.
Yes.
Flying V's. Okay, we've got some
Oh,
different
yeah,
ones
baby.
here. I like it.
Okay, that does.
Ooh, yes.
I don't hate the reverse retros. Honestly, I would be in favor of the Canucks board had changed that to their logo, change that to their jersey full time at the beginning of this season or beginning of last season. Pardon me. It's actually different. But
I also really like these ones.
Hot take: all the Canucks
Green.
logos suck.
Yeah, none of the logos obviously are
None
the
of
best.
the Canucks jerseys are that good. TBH. Even the skate, honestly, even the skate jersey doesn't really make any sense. Did any of you guys know it was a skate? When I was a kid, I didn't even know it was supposed to be a skate. I was either a really stupid kid or it's a
No,
non-identifiable
you're
logo.
not alone. I didn't.
Plate of
find that
spaghetti.
until I was-
It's the plate of
Yeah,
spaghetti.
exactly. My uncle used to call it
The
spaghetti.
jersey is really good. The logo
Yeah.
is bad.
I don't think they're ever going to go back to the flying.
The colors are
flying
there
skate
to make the color. They have such good colors, like the black, the yellow, the red, was such good primary colors to use, and they just totally misused them.
They like differentiating from Calgary.
Calgary. I was going to say I don't think
this
they're ever
is-
going to go back to that.
I'm
like
gonna
different
drop a
main
bit of a hot
rivals
take.
with color.
But Calgary's got to take half the roster. over
Yeah.
like,
So
Hey,
okay,
let 'em
I've
have
got a
'em.
bit of a hot take here. I think the reason why Vancouver hates the Blasty jersey so much from Calgary, their reverse retro, is because they took our colors and they utilized it better than we did. Like
No,
I love the Blasty logo. I think they utilized it a little bit better than we did. I don't know, man. I think the skate's great because of nostalgia. I think that's why it's great.
Well, fair enough. The Blasty logo is better than the skate logo. But again,
Yes,
the
that's
rest
what
of the
I
jersey,
agree.
the more simplified lines and everything like that, and then the yellow numbers, I think, pop better. So
The yellow
again-
numbers are bad.
What? No, I like the yellow
No,
numbers.
I like the
No,
yellow.
I like it. I like
I like
it.
yellow
no,
numbers
sorry,
on black
you mean-
jerseys.
Yeah, no, I got mixed up. The Blasty
Calgary's
jersey. I don't
Blasty
like the
ones are
font.
white.
Yes, they're
Yeah,
white,
exactly.
not
And
yellow.
that weird kind of
I don't like the font
italicized
with it.
Yeah.
I like the old school Canuck skate font for that better. I like that better.
It's weird. I thought everyone didn't like the Heritage jersey last year, and now everyone's going on about how much they love the Heritage jersey. I don't know what
I
happened.
hate that jersey. I hate the
That's
candy
what you're
canes.
But it's just a
Oh
stripe.
no,
that
no!
ruined it.
I thought you meant the Millionaires jersey. I
Which
hate the
one are they
Millionaires.
talking-
I
which
like
one
this
are you
They
one.
call
about?
this the Heritage jersey.
The black one?
Yeah, they call it the heritage.
That's what they
black
call
with-
this jersey. I just thought it was
Made
the
out of
third.
the skate.
The black with like
Oh.
the skate kind of coming through?
Yeah, they
No,
call it the
this one.
skate.
Yeah,
That is
Yeah.
again called the Heritage.
I like
Yeah.
this one.
Oh.
I've always liked this one.
I like that one too.
Never
Yeah.
liked the
That one needs
stripes.
that one needs
The
a
white
secondary
collar
white.
and people
It needs a
complain
white
about
stripe.
no
I don't
white
mind the
stripe.
collar. It needs a
Yeah,
white
the
stripe
stripe
at the
just
bottom
turn-
on the
If
arms.
if this stripe
off.
was white, I think
Yeah, it'd be
people
much
like it
better.
a lot better.
It
Right.
would be much better if it was white.
I like the larger name font on it, and I also like the perforated numbers that make it look like it's raining.
Are franchises ever going to listen to the fans when it comes to jerseys?
No,
Nope.
Never.
thank you
Because
for
the
asking.
Seattle
Absolutely not.
Seahawks, Bobby Wagner said that he's not. Bobby Wagner said he's not retiring from the NFL until they get black jerseys.
I
Like the
do
Seahawks.
not want to
that.
see a Seahawk black jersey.
No, and
don't
I think
get
they're
it. It's
fading
so
away.
dumb.
I love the grays. I love
Grays
the
are cool.
Seahawks gray, but
Yeah,
they
grays are
never
sick.
I
they,
hated
they
those.
play horrible.
Yeah, they never wear the all. They barely wear the all gray uniform. Though. They
I
Thursday
like
are,
the
night.
gray,
They
gray
wear it on
tops with the
Thursday
blue
night.
bottoms.
All right, let's
Fix
move
that up.
along here too, because we have one more question, and I want to jump into an ad, and then we'll do a little wrap up here. So, favorite Mott. Obviously, Brad is a huge Mott fan. I think there's only really one.
I was gonna go the applesauce
because he sees himself in Tyler Mott.
Favorite Mott? Like Mott
there he
fruit
is.
stations?
He gets
Or
that
like-
speedy and
like
grinds into the corners when
Yeah,
he's on the
Brad's
sauce.
just a guy that just does the dirty work, and it's just he's a fan favorite. Everyone just loves
he goes
him.
hard in the paint.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he's our Tyler
Yeah,
Mott.
great.
Yeah, the Giants logo would have
Giants
been a
logo
really
is
dope
sweet.
rendition.
I think
for
that's the winner
Canucks,
there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's, before we kind of go into our wrap up here, we'll jump in, take a moment here for our sponsor, High Stick, and then we'll do some wrap up here. Thanks for your questions, everybody.
Allow me to introduce High Stick Vodka, a new way to celebrate victory. Gather around the glass with an award-winning, ultra-premium Canadian-made vodka. You probably won't listen when I say High Stick Vodka has a smooth, hard-hitting taste, or that it's developed in the birthplace of hockey. You won't listen when I say High Stick Vodka is a tribute to the game of hockey, or when I tell you it's distilled 4 times using Canada's purest mountain spring water to provide an authentic, remarkable flavor. But maybe you will listen when I say it comes in a f***ing hockey stick. Showcase your passion for hockey with our limited edition hand-blown hockey stick bottle.
It's a wonderful beverage.
I still need to get the hockey
Oh,
stick
yeah.
bottle.
We all
I
do.
really
The
do.
hockey stick bottle's wicked.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta get one too.
Have you guys seen the rack that they sell as well? It's on the website, and it's like a hockey net, and it's got a prop up shelf for all the hockey sticks, and then across the top as well, it's got like the regular bottles. It's
It is a
incredible.
luxury item.
Yeah, one day Area 51 is going to buy one of those racks. And we're going to have that. That'll be the background for our shots here. Yeah, awesome. Well, we'll kind of wrap up here, but I wanted to thank everybody for joining the stream. I'm very excited for the future of Inside Area 51, as well as all of the podcasts that are continuously putting out incredible content. It was awesome to have everybody all in one place at once. First time we've had everybody all on one thing. So again, if you're not following along on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, you can find us on any of those. If you go to our website, www.area51sportsnetwork.com, then you can find all of the episodes, our blog. You can find any projects that we're constantly working on. I've just added the video portion, the video page, so that you can find the links to the accounts that will be sharing these lives. And then as well, we've got our merchandise site as well. I know all of us are really excited about the merch that we've ordered to come in. Some awesome products. I was able to
Finally
fix
got
the
that
trucker hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one took me a bit, but we were able
It's
to
not like
finally
we've
figure
asked
that
like every day or anything.
out.
Yeah,
no,
I've been
not
waiting.
at all.
Like
It's
I barely
very
had
nice.
a logo and I was already ordering hoodies.
I know. It's true. So awesome. Thanks guys for joining. And then thanks as well to High Stick and Manscaped and Monkey Knife Fight for sponsoring. We do have some future partnerships that I'm really excited to announce that I don't even think you guys really know about yet. So we've got lots on the go, lots happening. Continuously follow and support. We're very thankful for everything that you guys are doing there. Anything that you guys wanted to plug on the way out? Anything that you guys wanted to share there?
Shout out to Fully Loaded Chew.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Nice. Yes,
Use
absolutely.
promo code HAWKS15, save 15% off your next order.
Perfect. There we go. Awesome. All right. Thanks, gents.
See you, everyone.
Thanks, boys. See you
guys.
guys.
All right, thanks.